Hello, happy Monday. This is Mother Goose Knits. This is my knitting podcast. Kind of a vlog, kind of a podcast. I don't know anymore. But this is where I share my knitting journey. I was doing, oh my goodness. Oh dear, I made a mistake on my knitting and I just found it right now. Well, anyway, currently I'm knitting the East Wind jacket as my main project. And that is from this book, Knits About Winter by Emily Foden. I will show you. I've already done the right front panel, and I think I'm doing the left front panel now. That jacket looks like this. It's got some cables in the front. It's got a pocket. It has 2 pockets with contrasting yarn colors. And I'm knitting it with Cascade 220 non-superwash worsted. In the color Walnut Heather, and the contrast is Doeskin Heather. Oh no, and I can see that I've made a mistake with the cables. Oh no, I've really made a mistake. This cable is supposed to go the opposite direction of the cable on the right front, because I'm doing the left front. And look at that, I was doing it correctly. Focus on this part. I was doing it correctly up to here. Ooh. Then I switched it and it went whoop, and then I started going the opposite direction that I was supposed to go. Oh dear. That's way too far down to like try and fix. Oh well, I'll just keep doing it wrong for the rest of the time, I guess. I don't think it'll be noticeable once I put it on. Something I notice maybe. But I also knit the Sky Hill hat. There's a Sky Hill hat and mitten set. I only did the hat. I used some leftover fisherman's wool from Lion Brand in Nature's Brown. I had some left over from a sweater, so I did the tall version. I did not do the mittens though. Let me go get it. Actually, I'll show you. I don't have it in here. Okay, here's the Sky Hill hat. It's sort of a reversible slip stitch pattern, and on the top there are bobbles, which you can't see very well, but it's like a cute little decoration on the top that's not like a puff ball, you know? It is very cute and cozy and warm, and I really like it. I like the design a lot. So that's what that looks like. Now, the other sweater I really wanted to do in this book is here, the barn sweater. Now I did purchase the yarn for this, the intended yarn. See, it's like big and oversized and cozy looking. And I went to Joann's, RIP Joann's. They are closing my location, which sucks. But I got this Lucky Brand, 50% cotton, 50% superwash merino wool. And it's in this lovely color. what's it called? Fired brick. Now, when I did the east wind jacket, I had problems with the gauge. I talked about that on an earlier kind of episode. I had to calculate the size change because I was supposed to get 21 stitches per 4-inch. I was only getting 19, and any smaller needle size was really not making a difference, and it was also just gonna end up being uncomfortable and not a nice fabric. Now, the jacket was a DK weight held together with a strand of mohair, so it's supposed to be like a worsted weight, but I think that the Cascade 220 was just too thick for it. So I did the calculations and figured out I should knit a size 2 instead of size 3, and that would give me the right dimensions that I'm looking for. Now, the barn sweater, that is asking for 23 stitches per 4-inch. And that's using a 4mm needle. That's not gonna happen. That's not gonna happen. I did knit this with a 4mm. So the bottom half of this swatch is 19 stitches per 4-inch with the 4mm needle. That is pretty much what I was getting with the east wind jacket with the Cascade 220. This is kind of an open gauge on here, but with cotton blends, I know you really don't want to go too tight with it because there's not as much like stretch or fluff going on with the yarn. It's denser. So there's just no way I'm going to be able to go down enough needle sizes to get a size 20 or get 23 stitches per 4-inch without ending up with a very not nice fabric and a very uncomfortable knitting experience. So I am abandoning the barn sweater, unfortunately. Now, I have a couple of options. I don't want to purchase more yarn for the barn sweater. I'm not going to do that. I will knit it eventually. But I want to use the fiber that I have, and I want to use the patterns that I already have. Because I have a lot of patterns that I purchased, but I haven't knit. I have some Jennifer Steingass. I have a Sari Nordland. I have a Andrea Mowry pattern. I've got some Caitlin Hunter patterns that I haven't knit that I purchased. A petite knit that I didn't like how the first one came out. I have a bunch of patterns already. And I got a bunch of pattern books for Christmas, including like, I got the Harry Potter one. I have the Fellowship of the Rings, or Fellowship of the Knits book, which is like Lord of the Rings inspired. And I also have the 52 Weeks of Knits by Len. So, with this yarn, I was thinking, the first thing I thought was the Weekender. I already knit the Weekender. I didn't love how it came out. It was too cropped. I made it too short. And I can't really go back and fix it because it's knit bottom up. But I wanted to knit it again. So I was thinking it would look really nice with this. This color and the drape would be really nice. I think boxy sweater patterns are really nice with a drapier yarn. So I thought of the Weekender. But I'm also thinking about one of the ones in here. I thought I've already done the Weekender, so maybe I should take one of my new knitting books and pick something from here to knit. And I'm looking at the Brisna. And that is right there. It is constructed very similarly to the Weekender. It's sort of that boxy 3-needle bind off on the side, kind of a boat neck. And it's got slip stitch detailing, but on the sides. So you can see right there. There's also optional pockets on the sides. I don't know if that would look weird or not, but you can do it without the pockets. They're put on afterwards. Here's another picture. I don't love the rolled neckline, but when I looked it up on Ravelry, I saw some projects where they did a ribbing to flatten it out so it wouldn't roll. And I was also thinking that what if, you can see this detail right here, that's down the side and it's carried up over the shoulder, the drop shoulder. I wonder if it would look nice to sort of carry it over across the top few inches like the Weekender does. It has that ribbing right across the top and it like connects the slip stitch down the center. I might do that and see how that looks. Just like my own little modification. Yeah. And so I did the first half of this swatch to see if it would work for the barn sweater. It was not gonna work for the barn sweater. So I did the second half of the swatch, the top part here. I did that with size 7, 4.5 millimeter needle. And that gave me 17 stitches per 4 inch, which is what the pattern for the Brisna asked for. The Weekender, I think is 18. I've also been thinking about the Lord of the Rings book. There are a lot of cute patterns, but there's a lot of color work. But I think the Elf Warrior Fingerless Mitts and Hat set, let me try and get that, would be a really nice project to do with some DK weight. I have some DK weight in an orange color, the pumpkin color. It's Barocco Vintage DK. And I think that would look really cute with that set. I have almost 2 skeins of it. 1 3/4 skeins maybe. Left over from my Autumn Alpine sweater. So I could do that also. I don't know. Those are my thoughts for now. Those are my plans for now. I guess we'll see how it goes the rest of the week. We'll see which sweater I pick or if I just do a hat instead. I don't know. It's a mystery for now, but all right. See you later. You are my, 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 you are So I decided to give another swatch a try. I found 3.5 millimeter needles, a US 4, and I knit a swatch with that. I've unraveled like half of the swatch. And I decided to film before I completely undid it. But that is the fabric I ended up with. And I think it's nice. And it's also 20 stitches per 4 inch. So it's a rather small needle, but I'm getting a decent gauge. It is supposed to be 23 stitches, but if I do the gauge calculation, which I have here, I calculated the gauge ratio, and it looks like instead of knitting a size 3, if I knit a size 2 instead, I will get the size that I'm looking for. So with, 17 stitches per 4 inch, or 19 stitches per 4 inch, that's just a big difference. 20 is a little better. So I'll just knit size 2. And so it sounds like the barn sweater is back on. I'm very excited about that. Yeah, I really wanted this sweater in this color too. So I'm happy with that. So at 20 stitches per 4 inch, 28 rows. It's supposed to be 30 rows, but row gauges are usually off anyway. A size 2 will give me a 47 inch bust circumference. And a size 3 is actually a 45 inch bust circumference, which is what I was originally going for, but 47 is good. So that fits with the positive ease that the pattern asks for anyway. So that is that. Barn sweater is back on.